Happy Diwali to all of you, and also Happy New Year tomorrow. We've got a special guest speaker here today. With Baba's blessings and guidance, we are all connected. That's the reason we got such a special person here. So with the special person, before I tell the name, our national chair here for the first time in our center, the Virubai, and also the guest speaker, come back to the guest speaker now, Dr. Suresh Govind. The reason I wanted to introduce here, as a chair here, because I always think that he is part of our family, because he gave a speech in the mid-90s for youth actually, in a Camden town. And it made a big impact in my children's life, especially first child, Prabha. She never spoke about Baba. She hesitated to speak about Baba. And then the same week, she listened to this Dr. Suresh Govind speech. The same week, she went into the Family Science Center, gave a talk based on the points he made. But now she is my daughter in Washington. She's leading one of the science centers and an active member, one of the active members. This is really soul touch, a connection with Suresh Govind. It's only myself I'm talking because only I can talk about my own experience. It's real. And similarly, so many people told me about Suresh Govind. Very, very proud. For some reason, I think he connected with the people very well. That's how he connected with soul. It's not about low level. He connected with the universe. That's how I was listening. I spoke to my daughter last night, and I said, Suresh Govind is going to come. Suresh Govind, we used to call it doctor later. I wanted to say, Suresh Govind, he was talking about. She said, simply say thank you to him. Because she transformed my daughter's life as well. So, without further delay, I would like to welcome Dr. Suresh Govind and also our national chair for the first time in our center. We will give them a warm welcome. Big thank you, Swami. Although we got a small hall, when Gayatri was talking to me, immediately on the spot I said yes. I know this way we wouldn't have this hall for that time. I thought Baba will make it happen. So because we want to catch the opportunity first, as I did, it worked. Thank you very much. Please, Suresh Govind, please come in front and take over. And also, before we move on, thank you very much for the national chair for being in our center for the first time. Thank you.
Bhagavan, Swami, respected elders, beloved brothers and sisters, Sister Mala, Brother Seelan, regional coordinator, and I'm very happy to have brought your president to your center. Also, on this very auspicious day of Deepavali, and many people celebrate it throughout the world, lighting lamps, making cakes, or making all the delicacies. And children will also ask you, Amma, what is this Deepavali? No, this is the day we light the lamp, when we make the cakes, and we invite people. Yes, I know. What is it about? No, it is about Krishna, who killed that Asura hundreds of years ago. Then why should you celebrate it now? No, that is because we are accidentally born as a Hindu. Therefore, Therefore, we have to follow traditions of everybody else. Nobody asks this question. Nobody is allowed to ask this question. Follow blindly whatever that you have thought. Anyway, it is make it like a holiday. Make as much as you can. Drink as much as you want. Eat as much as you can. In the name of Krishna, many years ago, killed Asura some time back. And so the children also continue, and their grandchildren will continue, and this tradition will continue like that, in blindness. Bhagavan Baba said that everything that we do will not have significance unless you understand what you're doing. So, literally, even coming to a Sai center can be a ritual. You know, just come here. In fact, I used to think after 1 hour, they say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Actually, that home is not A-U-M, it's H-O-M-E. Let's go back home. In our 1 hour bhajan. So, everything becomes a ritual. Unless you put 3 letters in front of the ritual, which is S-P-I, Swami's purpose and intention, put it in front of any ritual, it becomes spiritual. So this is with regard to bhajan, this is with regard to anything, and this is also with regard to Deepavali. Some years back, Krishna went and killed this Narakasuran. You and I need not celebrate this event. It is because everything must lead back to his realization point. Unless we realize it, you'll find that we will mistake it. We are living in a world of illusion, and you'll find that the illusion is extremely tempting. The world of illusion is so real that it becomes only real only when at the time of death. Especially when we are in ICU. And the real reason, when you're breathing, your family is outside the hospital, your office members are outside the hospital, only 2 tears will flow from your eyes, and you will look outside, and you are not sure what is your destiny, because you are in ICU, and that the real reason why you are in ICU is because God is telling you, I want to see you. So it is at this point, in Jnana Vahini, Bhagavan said, those who are not pondering on what death is all about, no jnanam will ever come into you. It's very important. That means, that's what Swami said, 2 things we must not forget. Death and God. If you're not thinking about death, or not contemplating upon it, what is the significance of death? When it finishes, it's our life. How do we go? Where do we go? With what we are carrying? When these thoughts are not contemplated upon, you'll find that we will be seduced by the tempting call of the world outside. And we'll just live in this world, eat, meet, make, breathe, brood, and die. Like mosquitoes. So, and weekly, once we appear in the bhajan hall, okay, that's which mosquitoes cannot do. So, therefore, it is important to think, contemplate. On this day, the contemplation of this day is the most significant point. In Narakasura, where he was, he did not like light. He never liked light. Everything was in darkness. So when Krishna killed it and put back the light, the whole purpose of this journey from the womb to the tomb is only to discover the inner light which is in us. If we are not having or tasted or comfortably acknowledging the inner light, the journey will become no use. See, this is a handphone. All of us have got handphone. In fact, we have got smartphone, which I used to think the only thing smart about us is the phone. So now, the smartphone is Samsung, you have got iPhone, you have got so many phones. What is your phone? What is your brand? How much is the price? This is all body. But your contacts are different from my contacts. Your applications are different from my applications. This is the mind. So Samsung is the phone. The application constitutes the mind. But no application can become available to me unless there is battery. Have you seen? Right in the middle of the whole journey, you are stuck in the road, you only have got 2 bars, and you're trying to call your husband because tell him to come and pick you up, and you are speaking, and then the bar finishes. And you're like, and you cannot call him, and you're stuck because battery charge is over. When the battery charge is over, whatever context you have, it is of irrelevant to you. Body, application is the mind, battery is the Atma. Baba said, Jnana Vahini. Baba said, of what use is all the knowledge when you do not have what is called the Atmic knowledge, by which one knowledge you should know all the other knowledge. So Swami's purpose and intention in this world is to reignite us back to the Atmic core of our being. If not, we will suffer in this world and we will die in this world, and that is why you notice when your battery is dead and gone and your phone is destroyed, you take the chip of the old phone and put it into a new phone. In mythology or in philosophy, we call this reincarnation. The older contacts are put into a new phone. Think, when you go into the new phone, you have no new contacts. The old contacts are put into the new body. In the same way, when a child is born, have you not seen, died and born, the doctor picks him up by two legs. Ask any doctor, that is the case. They pick him up upside down and beat at the back. Why does the doctor do that? For failing the previous exam. Because if you have fully acknowledged and realized your purpose, you would have no business to come into this world. Now unnecessarily you have come and polluted and corrupted this whole world. Therefore, before the parents get a chance to hit your child, the doctor does it 2 times. You see? So it is, the whole purpose is to come back again into the world to realize this Atma. The whole purpose is to realize this Atma. So the Hindus, they keep every festival for that purpose, to reignite back the light. So that if your light of wisdom is not lit, and if our light of wisdom is, you will find the life will just get missed out. Your whole purpose will be gone. At the end of the journey, you will find you may have lived a life, okay, agreed, and produce children, because that is the only creative thing we knew how to do. So therefore we did it, and at the end of the day, it will be, you will be transmitting that ignorance to your children, and the world will just go on. So the teacher has to come down and in 85 years sing the songs, tell the teachings, to revitalize everybody, to bring back that glorious state that man has slipped from. How many of you have read Sathya Shivam Sudram? I'm not talking about the Zinataman and movie. I'm talking about the book Sathya Shivam. How many of you have read? Yes, 3 of you, very good. How many of you have read the Sathya Sai Speaks from volume 1 to the end? Oh, very good. Very good. How many of you have read the Vahini series, the Dharma Vahini, the Prema Vahini, Bhakta Vahini? See, 4. Can you see? There's in a pool, in an ocean of devotees, 4 hands come up who have read Bhagwan's discourses or who have read Swami. If you have even not read Satyam Shivam Sudram, at least if you have read the Vahini series, you know Swami's exact instruction to us, because Sathya Sai Speaks is Swami speaking in public. All the Vahini is his direction which he has written for the devotees. The Prema Vahini, Dharma Vahini, Ramagadharasa Vahini, all those Vahinis are books that Swami himself has written in. And you have to read it and read it and read it until the realization comes. Once I asked Swamiji, Swamiji, how long do you take to finish the Bhagavad Gita? Swamiji said, Suresh, you cannot finish the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita should finish you. Swamiji said that to me. So, in the whole book, reading the book, understanding it, contemplating it. What does it mean? What does it mean? Why the teacher said this? That contemplative mind is how that you can light up the light. So unless you have an inquisitive mind, no jnana can be born. Which is why the Upanishads in the Bhagavad Gita is in the form of question, answer, question, answer. Unless the devotee questions, you will find answers will not come. How is it so? Why is it so? Why am I not even realizing that I am Atma? Who is it? Swami said, ultimately the conscience is your guru. Why is it that I am not able to listen to my conscience? Why? Who is this conscience? Who is this mind talking? Who is this self talking? Who is it? Where am I? So these questioning mind must start to bubble. But you notice, we are not capable of managing our loneliness. This is how man's problem. And let me tell it to you, declare it to you, all of us are moving towards loneliness. The parents, you have children, and you can be with your children. How long can you be with your children? Fortunately or unfortunately, they grow up. And when they grow up, they will marry and they will settle down somewhere. And you will only be with your spouse in that big, huge house which you built for your 5 children. But all 5 are not there now. Only 2 of you are there. Therefore, when you say darling, there's an echo. Darling, darling, darling. Because now you're happy. Now, you wait for the children to come back. Yes, during Deepavali and special occasions, they return back. But you are with your spouse. And then one day, you will be lonely, alone as well. When we are not able to manage that loneliness, that can become the greatest problem in our life. Because you do not know how to get connected. Even when a few minutes have seen, when you are alone, you quickly call your friend. Your hands automatically go to your phone. Hi, hello, how you come here? How was were you at the center? Oh yes. How was the talk? Beautiful. Did you understand anything? Nothing. Okay, very good. That's very good, because that's what spiritual talks all about. I can come here and repeat the same talk 1 year later. All of you will listen to the same content, the same speech, and still you will come and tell me it's a good talk. So the whole point is, how do we utilize our loneliness? So, in Navaratri, I was telling the speech the other day, that during Navaratri, the Durga is supposed to destroy our negativity. Negativity, we are not robbing or raping or murdering or looting. We don't do that. So what as devotees, what we will do? Our crimes are small crimes. We gossip. We like to gossip. Talk a little bit behind people's back. Waste people's time. And if some chairman telephones you and tells you to come for a seva program, you will ask the $1 million question, when is it? And then he will tell you on Saturday 4 o'clock. Oh, Saturday 4 o'clock, I cannot do it. You have to book up all these reasons. When you know you can come and you won't commit, but there you are. So these are all what we call petty crimes. But it is anchoring towards commitment. Now comes a spiritual crime, which we are not understanding and not even following. If you are not able to sit down quietly in our meditation, when we sit down, when the mind is wavering in 100 different places, and we are not able to sit connected and able to appreciate our own inner peace, that is the spiritual crime. The thoughts are running away from you. This is how you should invoke Krishna, Baba, Durga, to cut that different waywardness of the mind, to make it still and come back towards its serene quality. I was just 1 week away in Scotland. Actually, I came because today, this week, my wife, this is my wife's, and our 25th wedding anniversary. So I promised her, this time, 25th wedding anniversary, because for 25 years she has followed me, and she was all dragged to different centers and different halls and different places, because that is what I have been doing for 25 years. So I said to her, this time I will not go in any places, and I will be. So I was there up in the mountains in a cottage, right in the middle of a jungle in Scotland. Somewhere, it's right there in the middle. And then every day we'll go out to visit many places in Scotland. How many of you have actually been to Scotland and visited the Highlands? Yes, okay, 5 of you, very good. The rest of you, please, on behalf of Scottish tourism, you have not been able to witness Bhagavan's glorious creation even in your own land. Can you imagine? Then what more of this inner land and what more of the higher? This Bhagavan's own creation, you see those beautiful whales rolling with the cold wind blowing against your face, the incredible logs that are tucked against all the trees. You shed tears. Oh Lord, how is it that you are able to create such a beautiful thing? How is it that you are able to manifest such beauty and to be quiet and to be still and connect yourself to the spirit and to the nature is one of the most incredible holidays that you can possibly have. So next time when you have a holiday, few days, don't run to Spain and other places. Visit your own country at the backyard here, because there are some beautiful spots that you will extremely get enchanted. point of me making a reference to this is the ability to become quiet and enjoy that serenity is the single most important quality of a devotee. So the real reason why you do all the seva and everything else is for this purpose, to get connected back towards this inner core so that you can become happy. Now when you read Swami's literature, voluminous literature, in this, I am summarizing all in these 3 lines, which is what I follow very sincerely to the core. I found out the secret of understanding Bhagavan's life, or Bhagavan's teaching, or being with Bhagavan is only to follow these 3 statements, which he mentioned in a letter, which he wrote to his brother in the mid-40s. He said, 1940s, he wrote 3 points. He said, these are 3 magical words, 3 Vakya words, which devotees must get entrenched, and you must read, and you must read, and you must get absorbed in it. Otherwise, it will just pass by. Otherwise, it will be like somebody who says, you know, doctor, wherever I have seen, when I read a magazine, the magazine says, stop smoking. When I read the newspaper says, stop smoking. When I read the book says, stop smoking. So doctor said, have you stopped smoking? No, I have stopped reading. So when the direction is not coming and hitting into our heads, you'll find that it will not make sense. So Baba said, in these 3 magic words, in sentences, Swami said, that I have a task, Baba said, I have a task. My task is to foster humanity and to give bliss to whoever who comes in contact with me. Baba said that. Baba, okay. So now if I want to be your task force, supposing I want to be God's task force, I just need to remember what his task is. His task is, wherever I go, I foster humanity and give bliss to everybody. Okay, Swami. Now my question is, I can only give bliss to everybody if I am blissful. If I ask you, how are you? And the way you describe your headache, and I have to take Panadol means, that means you can no longer be able to give bliss to everybody. So bliss means, inner bliss means ability to be happy at all times. That is the hallmark of a devotee. Not come to the center and then and then you return back, you take the problem with you because you think Swami is not able to solve it for you. Every moment of life think, Swami, this is your life, this is you, you take care of it. In my life, I am just going to be blissful and happy. Do you know the greatest disease that man will suffer is not cancer after 2020, it will be depression. WHO says depression is the #1 disease. You go to hospital, mental hospitals, there are no more beds. Everybody, today we do not know how to be happy. You see, ask our ladies. Ask them and see, they're very good in this sound. Okay, what is your problem? We call this syndrome in Malaysia the lizard syndrome. Because the lizards make this sound so beautiful. And now the lizards have stopped making this sound because humanity is so nice. We are unhappy for everything. 364 days you are unhappy. 365th day we enter into your house and say, happy birthday to you. That too in a dark room. We bring the cake with only the candle and the whole room is lit by the candle and then you all sit together and blow the candle and that's it. We are in perpetual darkness. So you find that 364 days we are not in happiness, not in bliss. Whatever happens, tomorrow when you go to work, whether you are walking happily, whether you are greeting people happily, this is a hallmark of a devotee. Devotee means, doesn't mean put an altar here, you come put the flower there, just on a Thursday, 108 times, and you do the Harati, you paranam pavitram bhava. And then you run back home. Why are you running back? I want to get depressed. So you run back home and continue your depression with the vibhuti mark on your thing. Look at the paradox of it all. The whole idea of putting the vibhuti on the forehead is to remind the other individual, hey man, you are going to be as transient as I am. Finally they will burn you. Because you are a Hindu, they will not bury you, they will burn you because they are scared to come back. So therefore, once they feel burned, the ashes put on this forehead to remind the transience of life. This is how transient we are. Just for a short speck of second we are here and we are getting bogged down by so many hundred other things. You yourself and I myself are going to go. Yet we are not knowing the fact. Which is why the Yaksha asked Yudhishthira in the Mahabharata, 4 of your brothers are dead and gone. You want them to be alive? You have to answer my questions. He said, ask, what is the greatest phenomena in this world? Oh Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira said, the greatest phenomenon in the world is that everybody is going to die, but everybody pretends that death will never happen to them. This is the greatest point, the greatest phenomena. We live in this world as if this phenomena will never come. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Purana, the whole story is about King Parikshit, 7 days where the next thing is going to take him away. So the whole story is, how should our life be oriented? Is our thoughts always on the divine? Are we always blissful? Are we always happy? Are we always joyful? Are we, despite all our problems, are we still smiling? That is what spiritual life. Yes, the difference between material happiness and spiritual happiness is that material happiness is you are happy because my house is big, because I got a job, because my wife is a beautiful lady, because my car is good. Fine. Spiritual happiness, in spite of the fact that I am unemployed, I am happy. In spite of the fact that my wife, whenever he opens his mouth, is nagging, I am happy. This is what happened. One husband was very sad and somebody asked him, why are you so sad? My wife took a vow. For 30 days she will never speak to anybody. That is why you are sad. No, the sadness is today is the last day. so bliss at home, bliss with children, that is a spiritual life. You find happiness. But Suresh, this is Suresh, I cannot be happy. This is all very good in philosophy. How can I be happy when I have a miserable mother-in-law at home who always picks on me and finds faults with me and disturbs me? I cannot do anything about it because I'm stuck in the middle. This is a good philosophy to come on a Sunday morning and tell me, Deepavali, but how do I make it practical? So my student, masters, I got a couple of PhD and master students under me at the university. By the way, this is not my full-time job. I'm a professor in the university. So the student, my master student, came to me last February, a girl. She said, where's the thesis? She said, she's not able to finish. I said, your experiments are over. You should hand up the thesis. And then she breaks down and she starts crying. She said, why are you crying? He said, because I'm staying with my mother-in-law. And my mother-in-law is now treating me so badly. And she's separating me from my husband. My house has become so that I cannot concentrate, Professor. And she starts breaking down and she starts crying. So after she finishes my tissue paper, then I tell her, okay, sit down. Yeah. What is this problem due to? I don't know, bro. I'm doing all the good things. I'm helping, but she always picks on me. I said, the problem is your problem. She said, what do you mean? Is it because you have insulted her, you have humiliated her? Not true, bro. My words are always sweet. In this life it is sweet, but not in the last life. You never get into any circumstance or situation if it is not meant for you. So the last life you damaged her, therefore she's now doing it. So she asked me, what should I do? So I said, every night when she's asleep, you open the door, you go to her and say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I'm sorry, I love you very much. Keep on repeating every day you do this. It will work. I'm the supervisor, I'm telling you. So she took the advice and she went. And then in June she came back. She gave me the thesis and then I signed it and it was okay. She was turning back. I forgot totally what I told her because so many people come to the room to ask all kinds of problems. So she turned around and told me, you remember what advice you gave me? I said, I can't. So she said, you told me every day to go to the room and apologize. Oh, did you? She said, from February onwards, every day, I go to her room and apologize when she's sleeping. I apologize. I said, so I'm so sorry. So her soul is asking for forgiveness from that soul. See, that's what the whole theory is. So she keeps on doing it. By me, Professor, she's now my best friend. She cooks for me, I'm cooking living with her. We are so happy, and she's brought me and my husband together. That is why I'm able to finish the master's thesis. At one time, I almost lost my husband. I said, now, with this approach, you got your master's and you got your master. So, the whole point is, that is why Baba is saying, forgive everybody, don't keep in the heart, forgive everyone. I read somewhere, not in Swami's literature, I read somewhere in a book that said that the one who has harmed you will, of course, be affected karmically. If you have no ability to forgive them, even you will also get punished in the other loka. So it is best, forgive. That's why Baba, when you go to a problem, Swami will say, forgive and forget. Yeah. Past is past, is it? Some people went to Bombay and told him, Swami, my center chairman is not this one. He gave a big complaint. Change him, Swami said. So they took a few names and said, Swami, who should I change to? I change him. Sorry, who, Swami? Who? Change him, Baba said. Not change the name. Transform him. Change him, Baba said. What a powerful statement. We always change our life partner, but we are not able to change the life partner. We want to change the sun, but we are not wanting to change the thing. I think this is a very important spiritual point. We want to destroy the enemy, but we are not prepared to destroy the enmity. So when you go to Shiva's temple and you pray to her, Shiva, my problem is I cannot get along with Shiva will say, excuse me. You know the other side, my son? Yes. He's Ganapati. You know that? Yes. Do you know Ganapati's Vahana, which is vehicle, is who? Is a rat. Rat and elephant are bitter enemies. Yeah. Look at this side, my other son, Murugan. Murugan vehicle is peacock. Peacock has got a snake. Peacock and snakes are bitter enemies. I ride on a cow. My wife rides on a tiger. Tiger and cow are bitter enemies. In my presence, I destroy all enmity, not enemy. That's why you go to Shiva and see. So Shiva is standing there showing you a symbol. So stop crying, go back now and face the devil and finish the game. But how do you face the devil? You transform inner. Why? Because Baba's task was, I needed to be innocent. Wherever I go, I give bliss to everybody. So Baba, if I do that, I'm part of the God's task force. I need not be separately praying. I just want to be here. So wherever I go, I help everybody, serve everybody, love everybody. Doesn't matter because you are also going to die. I am also going to die. When someone died and went to heaven, St. Peter stopped him and asked, I want to go to heaven. There is someone here who wants to go to heaven. The voice, ask him what he has done. Because God spoke. So he said, what have you done? I have not done really anything much. But when somebody was crossing the road, one beggar came, I gave 20 pence. He has given 20 pence to a beggar. Voice he said, give him back the 20 pence, ask him to go to hell. So the question is, what is it that we have done to achieve that bliss and peace? So this is the first point, meaning to be happy all the time, to be blissed. Second, Baba said, I have a vow. My vow is, all those who have strayed away from the path of goodness, I bring them back to goodness. Baba said, second line, all those who have strayed from the path of goodness, I bring them back to the path of goodness. Then he says, wow. If I want to be a wow factor, I also be part of the correctional aspects of the whole living in the society. Today you see in your community, you throw a stone and telling you it will fall on a person with a problem. The suicides are going higher up, divorce rates are going higher up, drugs are going higher up, the bullies are going up higher up, gangsterism, everything in social fabric is collapsing. But you come here and sing, Samasta Lokha Sukhino Bhavantu. You chant this prayer 3 times on top of it, in case you didn't hear the first time. So, and the third time normally is subtle. HOME, I'm going back home, but you take care of the world. You understand? You have seen my transaction. And what will you do? I will sing for you one song and put for you one flower and take the vibhuti on my forehead. But you look after the world. You understand? This is all your job. And what will I do? I will go back home and continue my life and return back within 1 week to check out whether you have done it or not. Check it out whether you have done it or not. So the whole point is, Samasta Lokha Sukhino Bhavantu is a note to tell us that we have to get up somewhere and do something about the society. Why is this so? Because Bhagavan himself did that. He did not sit in one place and did bhajan and homa. The teacher got up and said, hey, the hands were going like this for arsenic poisoning. He himself stood up and went there and said, I am willing to sell my whole ashram if I need be, in order to give water. Which means to say, he was directly involved in society, in community. Therefore, a Sai center, wherever a Sai center exists, all the people around here should be happy. That is the ideal of a Sai center. It's a lighthouse. So devotees must come here, 1 hour bhajan, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, what is the problem? Where is it? Come on, I will do for you. I will change for you. So this is what we do in Malaysia. We have done this for the last 15, 20 years. We have been doing to such an extent when the gangsterism issues went up high in the Malaysian school, the Prime Minister told to a minister, why is the gangsterism school so high? Why can't you do something about it? He came out of the cabinet meeting and he telephoned me, because I'm a good friend. He phoned me, Suresh, I want to see you now, come to the parliament. So I rushed to the parliament and he said, look, gangsterism issues are very high. Prime Minister has said something like this. Now, I know you Sai Baba people are very good in transforming people. That's what he said. Sai organization is very good. You have got your modules that you can go to school and change people. Now I want you to do some work. And therefore, we were officially appointed to train the trainer for all the other NGOs, and now we are tackling schools. Anytime there's a gangsterism problem or some issues, the headmaster will call us. So we are like the Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. We are a group of youth, all youth, young people who are, don't forget, we also work, we also are committed to our family and everything else, but there's a key word here. And what is the word? Sacrifice. Baba said, self-sacrifice is the first step towards self-realization. So unless we sacrifice our time, energy and effort to help other individuals, you find that it will not happen. So sacrificial is a very important quality. And we need to give up time and energy and effort. But don't forget, when we do so, Baba said, your yoga shema for this life and the next, I will take care. See, brothers and sisters, I calculated everything properly. My boss in my own place will only look after me until I retire. This boss is telling me, you do my work, your entire yoga shema for this life and the next, I will take care. You do my work. What a powerful thing, man. Why everything? Yoga shema means yoga, union, shema, maintenance. I like that pretty yoga. To maintain her, you need money also. You have a car, you buy a car, yoga, maintain the car, shema. You need to maintain the car. So both yoga and shema, I will take care. But do my work, do my missionary work. So whoever was straying away, alcoholism now is going so high. You go to people's house, sir, 7-Up, Coca-Cola, coffee, tea, whiskey water, no water. Now, and there are people also, Suresh, everything must be moderate. They have this, people must be moderate. They are caught in this world and they are Sai devotees, but still what to do, that taste is not gone. So, something small, this is not a Diwali day, what is the rest of the days we are okay in white. But just one day, a holiday, so we have a joy. But the teacher is telling, the whole idea is not there. That we should not be refraining and putting a lot of imposition. The moment you have installed Bhagavan here in your heart, that becomes a thing. You cannot drink, because when you drink, it is like Abhishekam on him. You think now, oh, Miske, Namaha, oh, oh, white liberty, Namaha, oh, Shivasrika, Namaha, you're putting Abhishekam. So you see this, if the Lord is in my heart, then how will I consume? I cannot consume. It's very important. That is the empowerment that you yourself put inside. So you become clean, you become pure. So the purity becomes very strong. So the vow today is just like Krishna who went and destroyed the Narakasura. Here I must now get up and now become an embodiment of Krishna and build and make sure that we transform people to bring more light into other people. In the process, I also will become light. Third one, the last one, Swami said. I'm attached to my work. The only place you will find this word attached. Of course, two statements have been. One more time he said that I'm attached to my students. He said that. So this word attached, I'm attached to my work. What is the work? To elevate the sufferings of the poor. Whoever who's doing to elevate the sufferings of the poor, to reduce the sufferings of the poor, that I'm attached to that work. Very powerful statement. So in the sense that in my life now, before I pass away, I must touch now and see how I can transform people, change people, make commit to something. So in your whole today, you know, the Facebook, people are connected to Facebook. Some people, youth, are spending 6 hours, 5 hours on Facebook, Twitter, handphone. Facebook is a disease. British Medical Journal says it's called the Facebook syndrome. People just go up there and go to a camera, take a photograph, and then wait for tomorrow morning, see how many like, how many dislike. And then if many dislike, you know what's going to happen? Then we fall under Swami's word. But what you think you are, what others think you are, and what you really are three different things. So what others think you are has become more important. So our self-analysis to be done, you will find that your experiences will go down. Psychotic experiences will become become mentally disturbed. You'll find so many other problems coming out when we are too anchored into these things. So, service, helping the poor, bringing people back, education, spiritual. The end result of all the spiritual is to totally become extremely happy and joy. So the first statement is spiritual, second statement is educational, third statement is service. We have these three statements of Baba who mentioned it in the letter to Swami. If you follow that sincerely, this is what it is, dear friends. Let me tell you something. When I was here, this is my 10th year that I have come back. 10 years ago, I was in Scotland. And when we were in Scotland, we did so many programs. So many different things. One of the programs that we did was the Inter-School Human Value Drama Festival, and many of you are not sure whether you were here. Some of you familiar, but some of you are new people who have come in between, so you may not have heard of these things. There was one program which we did in Scotland itself called Parents Appreciation Week. We brought all the parents together in one hall, and we brought parents and children together. These are Scottish parents. So I told them that the opening ceremony must be done by a person who will play bagpipe. So they hunted for bagpipes, people played, they all said, you have to pay money for them. I said, no, not a single dollar will you pay, they must come and perform free of charge. So everybody looked around and nobody got it free of charge, no one. So they said, Suresh, this is not Malaysia, everything you say will happen free of charge. Here in Scotland, everything you have to pay. So I said, never mind what to do, I prayed to Swami. One day, the apartment that we are staying, this person came to us. Ferguson his name. So he knocked the door, he came, he was not so well dressed, he came to collect the rental money. So he came inside our hall, we have a picture of Baba there. He came and saw Swami's picture and said, who is this cool dude? Exactly. So I said, this cool dude is God, my God. He said, oh really? Nice, I like the hairstyle. So I gave him the money. He opened his wallet and he put that money inside. When he opened the wallet, I saw on this side a picture of him holding the bagpipes. Hey, you play bagpipes? Yeah, I play bagpipes. For whom you play? I play spare time. I go for rental. I go and play bagpipes for weddings. I do that. So can you come and play bagpipes for us? We're having the Parents Appreciation Day program. He said, let me check. He was busy before that, he was busy after that, but on that particular evening, he was free. And I said, we cannot pay you. You have to do it free of charge. He said, no brother, don't worry, I will do it. So on that day, the bagpipe guy came and played free of charge, a beautiful piece movie. And I told the devotees there, see, you need a Malaysian to come and bring you the bag. The real reason that happens is when you close the sail and put it under your armpit and wonder why the ship is not moving when the wind is blowing, you find that the reason is the sail is under there. But if you unfurl it and place it in the boat, the wind of side will move any boat towards the port of success. Sail is S-A-I-L, which is Sai love. So this person played it, and as he was leaving, he called me, brother, can I ask you a favor? He said, yeah, can you give me that picture of the cool dude? So I opened the wallet and there's a picture of the cool dude. So I took it and gave it to him. He took it and put it in his wallet and he went away. After 1 year, I came back. I got the same apartment. I came for official business, so I got the same apartment. This guy came inside, Ferguson, all cold, booted, everything. So, Ferguson, what happened to you? You are such a transformed guy. He held my hand, took me to the balcony. I looked down. He said, see there. I looked at it and I saw a vintage car. He said, whose car is that? That is my car. He said, what happened to you, brother? He said, the moment you put the cool dude's photo in my wallet, my life changed. I have now become, I not only become a salesman, now I have become a partner to the thing. I have now, my rents are becoming huge, I have become a shareholder, and life just totally changed. Last time he cycled, now he's got a vintage car within 1 year. I said, brother, can I have the photo back? So I told him, the reason why this happened is because in everywhere, nobody is prepared to give time and energy. You, on that day, decided to give a little bit of your time and energy to God. When you give time to God, without asking and you sacrifice, when God returns, God gives it back with interest. This is the thing. When you all are free and totally done your work, everything complete at the age of 55, 60 after retiring, sorry Ram, brother, anything to do for us? That is anything to do. That is only just, part-time. When you are not able to do, when you are working fully and yet you are committed to the whole ideal of bringing the whole mission of Sathya higher. In these many years now, how has the government recognized the organization? You must ask, how is the organization, how is the country recognizing the work of the organization? So if devotees now pull the sleeves and say, I want to do something, change, I want to make the change in the society and community, but you are working, you sacrifice your time and energy, you got your family, sacrifice time and energy. When you sacrifice your time and energy, when God decides to give it back, He will give it back with interest. This is the Yogashema principle, in which even Lord Krishna explained this whole theory. When Draupadi the sari was being pulled by Dushasana in the Mahabharata court, and the sari was unfolding by so many veils and so many layers, and she was holding on to it. As she was holding one sari, the one hand came up and said, Krishna! He shouted like that. Krishna was there, swimming and looking at the devotee. Rukmani went to him and said, darling, is this why your people are praying to you like stones? Your heart has become like a stone. Why do you not change? Why do you not go and call you help your devotee? He said, part-time devotion cannot get full-time grace. So look at how he is calling. One hand is holding, one hand is on the top. So Rukmani went down and in the astral form whispered to Draupadi, my God, my husband is a very good. Open both hands, call him. So you sacrifice and put both hands up. That is where Krishna blessed and bales of sari came. And then you ask Krishna, wow, fantastic, how come you helped her? And Krishna replied, Suresh, you see, when both of them, when I was sitting in the river, I had a cut in my finger. And when my cut in finger, Sathya Mama said, Ayo, Krishna's hand is cut. Please bring her some cloth. Here, Rukmani ran inside there to find for that piece of cloth. But it was Draupadi who tore a piece of sari and tied it in my finger. And you ask any lady whether they will be prepared to tear a sari, because once you tear a piece, you cannot use that sari. So the piece of sari was torn and his whole finger was tied, and therefore that small piece of cloth she gave me. But when God decides to give it back, He gives it back with interest. So on this day, on Diwali day, on the 3 statements that Bhagavan Baba has mentioned, invoke in your own self. See how much time can we allocate for the mission of Sathya. You have got a good president, you have got a good committee, you have got good people. Devotees now must come forward, go to them and say, on this Krishna day, tell me, what is it that I need to do? Don't just do something feeding the homeless, that one everybody is doing, but do something that can become a landmark change in the community. Go to one community, make a difference in that community, and make a change and mark in the lives of people of British, so that the British government and the British people can be very happy that the devotees of Sathya Sai Baba has come, has lived, has breathed the British air, but have never left behind such a strong footprint. And they, by our work, Swami shall be known in this world in a better way. That is the thrust of this new committee that has now come about, which Dr. Reddy, the World Council President, has now formed, called Public Outreach Committee, where the devotees are not supposed to be sitting just within ourselves. They're supposed to now reach out in magnitude, many places, and bring the message of Sathya Sai in this human form, in this human value form or service form to transform society. On behalf of all our Malaysian brothers and sisters, let me wish all of you a happy Deepavali. May our lives be sanctified by Swami's presence. May we gain more and more knowledge. May we always reach the very end in totality, in blissful nature, in peaceful ways, so that we achieve what Baba has come to say. Aham Brahmasmi, I am Atma Brahma, Prajnana Brahma, I am consciousness. We must come to that stage of our realization. Thank you so much.
Sri Sairam, this is beautiful talk, but nothing is new. That he said. I come here, repeat all same thing again and again, but we need reminders. That's what I thought. We were in the middle of the last 2 weeks or 3 years or so. We were lost, actually forgotten because of other activities. I thought this kind of talk is very important for us because to remind ourselves. That is how I learned, example, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. Say, when mother-in-law is really sleeping, just go and say, sorry, and thank you, and apologize. I thought that's a powerful, lot of powerful messages, but I was watching when he was talking, well, how come he's really reaching the whole world people? I think he's really giving an example and then solution as well, what to do. Simple, very simple message he's passing. That's the reason simply everybody is really receiving that message very simple. So, thank you very much, Dr. Suresh Govind. It's amazing to see you again here. Please, I can't read small writings.
Saharanam, everyone. My loving pranams at the divine lotus feet of our dear beloved Swami. Again, it was wonderful to hear Dr. Suresh Govind. I actually remember one of the most, we know we've been involved with the Sai movement here for so many years, and I remember perhaps the most memorable event that I've attended was about 15 years ago when we had a weekend retreat at a castle in Scotland where Dr. Suresh Govind was the main speaker. And that really stayed in my memory and was one of the most inspiring events for me. But we have time, so I would like to, we've got Brother Viru, our national chairperson, here for the first time. And we have a little time, so could we ask you to come and share a few thoughts with us? We'd be most grateful. So Dr. Viru, please come and share with us.
Salam, everybody. It's lovely feet of Swami here that you have got at the altar. It's really beautiful. When I come and just even look at them and touch them, it feels so lovely to be here. As Brother Suresh said, apart from thanking Swami, I should also thank him for bringing me here. I have been to the other part of Harrow West, but never had an opportunity to come to the east side of Harrow, so thank you very much for organizing this talk. I know it's a festival day. Each one of us, each one of you have got so many things to do with the family. But the fact that all of you have been able to come together and host them to give the most wonderful and inspiring talk it deserves a big round of applause for you. Brother Suresh is a bundle of enthusiasm, energy, inspiration. Not in a negative way, but you can actually call him a bomb. He'll just go, and wherever he goes and he picks up the mic and smiles, you know what's coming your way. Full of humor and profound teachings of Swami being put in such a interactive, nice, simple way that each one of us can understand. And one of the reasons, as Sister said, that he is so popular in the Sai mission around the world and inspired many of us is because of his simplicity and in the way in which he connects heart to heart. I think that is one thing that we really need to admire and appreciate. And thank you very much for coming and being with us. I know it was your 25th anniversary. So I met him in July, we both met. And at that time he said, I'm coming there, but I don't want, if you can give me 1 week away, but then 1 or 2 talks here and there, then definitely I would go, I don't mind. So it was nice that he agreed to do this, and I'm really glad and thankful to Swami for that. He touched upon the concept of public outreach committee. I see many people here in this audience. Uncle Vadgama here, all the youngsters who have been on the Gram Sevas and done such wonderful work in the mission of Sathya Sai. And I don't know many others who are sat here, but each one of us, I think each one of you, have participated tremendously and in the mission of Sathya Sai. Brother Suresh leads an aspect of public outreach now, which is called community engagement. He didn't speak much on it, but that is, he just referred to certain things, which is that we engage with the communities around us and look at how we can actually integrate with them and take the mission of Sathya Sai forward. And the mission of Sathya Sai, as I said, is to foster humanity. And the mission of Sathya Sai is to make me realize that my heart is not a small vessel, but it is an expanded vision. It's not just a vessel, but it's an expanded vision. So there is a formal structure now called community engagement, and they have got a whole range of guidelines as to how we could do it. And Brother Kiran Patel, who is our previous president, is also here, and he is actually the zonal representative for our zone in Europe to carry this public outreach mission of our beloved Lord forwards. I think it is not just to serve this community around us that we need to engage with this, but it is to expand our own hearts and our own vision and realize that it is the same spirit, the Atma that he was talking about, that exists in me and in everybody else. Without getting that into action, it will remain only amongst these 4 walls. And referred to Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu, it's a tremendous, terrific, powerful prayer, if that prayer is intense, then that single prayer can change the entire world. But it will get intense, the power and the prayer will get intense only when we engage in that. Once it comes to a stage where it is the sun, where this flame becomes a sun, the effulgence doesn't need to be limited. It won't be, it cannot be limited to a single prayer or a single thought. So, on this Diwali day, I pray to Swami that together, all of us in the UK and the devotees, it humbles all of us when we travel around different centers. It's humbling to see how each one of us, none of us here are here because of anything else but for the bond of love between you and these lotus feet. That is the only reason why we are here today, despite our families and our functions. That's the only reason why you have sacrificed your time, your energy to be here out of your love for Swami. So, but with that love in our hearts, let's come together and participate in more and more activities, especially in the ones which will make a huge difference to our community. The moment we say Sathya in UK, nobody describes it as South Asian or Indian or an organization that sits together and prays and sings in some native language. That is not the only perception that we should be able to, because that's not about us, it's about our Lord. They are actually labeling Swami as a South Asian being sung in some native language, a few people get to it. It's not that. Swami's glory is universal, cosmic. And we are the children of such a cosmic being. With that in our hearts, I think it is up to each one of us to make a difference in UK, to say that somebody says, what is the Sai organization? The Sai organization or the Sai movement, the Sathya Sai devotees are those who go and help those 3 vows that Swami took. They are actually our vows. When we make them our vows, that we foster humanity, we foster the interfaith community, we foster and reach out to people who are in need. It doesn't, Swami said, both are Narayanas, the Ridra Narayanas and the Lakshmi Narayanas. It's better to serve the Daridra Narayana, but the important thing there is, wherever there is a need, whatever the need may be, our heart responds. We have a lot of potential in our organization if all of us can come together. And on this Diwali day, I really pray to Swami and pray to the Swami in each one of us that we take this as a springboard, and by the next time that Brother Suresh is here, hopefully by the next Diwali, then there will be a louder firecracker that goes on here, and I'm sure Harrow East and many other centers will be able to put up the work that we have done as some kind of a presentation or something which will make him say, yeah, I know you haven't forgotten what I said, and now I have to really think what is there new for me to say. So let us give him some job.
Yes, just like to thank Brother Viru for coming and sharing those thoughts with us, and we will take them on board and talk amongst our centre and ourselves about how we can actively participate in the community program that you were speaking about. In fact, I'd just like to add, if you have access to the internet, which we all do, there is a website called Soul Journeys, which Brother Viru has given a talk of a more personal nature, which I would very much recommend you all to view. I find it most inspiring. So thank you, Brother Viru. Thank you again, Dr. Suresh Govind. We'll now do the Arati.